think A&T's starting to feel it, Charlie. That was a huge double. Brianna Bose just steps up, knocks down all 10, and that's a double.
Here's Brittany Ann O'Connell, Maryland Eastern Shore. Yeah, it's kind of fading away here for Maryland Eastern Shore here in game number 5. A spare and a couple of strikes for the Aggies. Jaleesa Johnson started off the frame with a strike. Daniel August came up with one. But then we've had an open frame by Jacobs. And now another open frame by O'Connell.
The winner of this match gets an invitation to the NCAA championships.
Yes, they do.
And right now, North Carolina A&T can really feel victories right in front of them.
One of 6 conferences they get as an automatic qualifier for the NCAA tournament. They'll take 8 teams to St. Louis.
Wow. Almost. Just a fraction right. It's a 2-4-5. Not an easy conversion. She's going to go to a ball that goes straighter. Her spare ball. Working on a double. She's trying to stay clean. Remember, back-to-back open frames for UMES.
So the bowling championship just a few frames away for the Aggies of North Carolina A&T to join some of the other successful programs on the Aggie campus in Greensboro, North Carolina. Football, track and field, basketball. Spare is made by the freshman. No open frames for her today. And again, only 4 open frames for the Aggies all afternoon.
It's good stuff, you know, and that's probably a testament to their great coach and Kim Terrell Kearney and the amount of time they spend working on their spare game. Kim knows what it takes to win.
Well, they needed that. Jacqueline Rhoda, the anchor bowler, as this is frame number 5 for University of Maryland Eastern Shore, and of course the anchor bowler for A&T, Cameron Strombeck, who's had a pretty solid afternoon herself. Game 1 won by UMES 189 to 173, but the last 3 it's been all Aggies.
Well, tell you what, Cameron has been rock solid as well for A&T. Again, only missing the pocket 1 time today. Just keeping the ball in play and just solid. But the spares, the single pin spare attempts on the left side for her have been a bit of an adventure.
It has been, especially in the 10th frame of game number 1. She got it that time. So the Aggies 5 frames away from winning their first MEAC championship since 2004.
I know right now that Lou is hating this because it just means that he gets to buy a lot. Who, me? No, I was just talking. I was just talking in general. Oh, yeah, I know. But
As we start the second half of this fifth game, this will be frame number 6. Maryland Eastern Shore will lead it off, and Jalesa Johnson led off this game number 5 with a strike. Let's see if she stays at that number 6 spot.
She's
right
going to
now.
stay there, Charlie.
Amazing things happen, don't they?
That doesn't mean that Coach Bandy's not going to change the other players. I mean, this is do or die for their team right
It
now.
is right now. I mean, they were looking for their 10th championship. The Aggies had other thoughts. They were beaten by this Maryland Eastern Shore team a year ago, and Lisa Johnson just missed a strike that time.
Pretty good little shot there, though. Just comes in a little bit high, leaving the 4-pin. Her team now trailing by 24 pins halfway through game 5. This is do or die for University of Maryland Eastern Shore. They must win out. Otherwise, North Carolina A&T are going to punch their ticket to the NCAAs. Just never really got anything going today. And when they did, they were met with a bunch of open frames.
Yeah,
Spares.
they had 9 open frames. So that's fair up going into this 5th game, and they picked up 2 open frames in this. So they have 11 total open frames today, which is not something you can feel proud of compared to only 4 for the Aggies.
Too many holes. Too many holes in the scorecard, too many zeros. That's how you mark a split when you keep score. I know scorekeeping is a thing of the past now with everything being automated, but I grew up learning how to keep score, worked my way to practice with the money I'd make keeping score, so I think it's something that every bowler should know how to do, especially at this level. Now, Candace Bradley, their leadoff bowler, NC's leadoff bowler, she's been great in the number 1 position.
You've done a very good job to be a freshman.
Freshman.
Yeah.
Freshman?
Well, you know what I say? I say this in football and basketball. This time of year, you're not a freshman anymore.
Telling you.
After all of these games.
No fear. I love it. You have to be fearless.
She was a freshman in September. This is
Sure.
March.
I mean, this is the position that you want. I mean, you want the ball late in the game, right? Don't you want to take the shot?
No question. As you look at Danny August, had a pretty consistent game. She's had only 2 open frames in game 2 and 1 in game 3, but she also has 5 strikes today. And she has 6.
You know, I hate to second guess anyone, but I may have moved Danny down to the number 4 spot and set up the 10th frame for University of Maryland Eastern Shore, but that's just me.
Well, she started the day in the number 2 spot. She moved to the number 3. Now she's back in the number 2 spot. So
she's had a great day for her team, her teammates. And now Tyra Merritt.
6 strikes for Danny today. She had 1 to second frame of this game 5. Back-to-back strikes.
How big is that, Brooklyn? That's a huge Brooklyn for her team to increase their lead here in game 5. Watch this react after this shot here. She knows the score. She knows they're working on a strike.
Well,
And then the reaction was priceless.
all right, love it. On the other side, though, a strike that time for Bridget Jacobs. So Maryland Eastern Shore keeping their fingers crossed and their hopes alive, but back-to-back strikes to start off this 6th through 10th frame for the Aggies. Led off by Candace Bradley, the freshman, and then Tyra Merritt, the sophomore out of Tampa, now the senior, the only senior on this Aggie team. She had a strike in the third frame of this fifth game. Let's see if she can make it back-to-back.
Needs help.
Yes, she does. They're feeling it now. Brianna Bowes has 5 strikes in this frame alone for the Aggies.
Well, they're getting out the whooping stick right now and taking it to UMES. They're in the 220s right now. They can strike out for 256. And no let up.
For the University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
No let up for Coach Bandy's team. They still have a possible 222 if they strike out. 9th frame now. Time for Anna Elijah to do her stuff, do her thing, move just a little bit right, pipe this one right to the 1-3, make it a 4-bagger for North Carolina A&T.
That's what they're looking for here in this 6th through 10th frame. This is the frame number 9. Yes!
That will all but lock it up for...
She finally listened to you.
That will all but lock it up for North Carolina A&T, Charlie. They just need good count in the 10th frame, but she finally got her angles right and then made a great shot when she needed it most.
Well, here's Jacqueline Rhoda. She's got to save it, and hopefully that Cameron Stromback doesn't do what she needs to do for the Aggies, but for all practical purposes.
Still in it. She strikes out. She forces Cameron Strombeck to get good count. If Cameron were to get 9 on her first ball, it would be over, and that's if Jacqueline can strike out for UMES.
So that's 4 straight strikes for UMES in this frame. Actually, it's, 4 straight.
Gotta have it. Gets it. Beautiful.
And she needs one more.
Angles through the front now are perfect, obviously.
Pressure's on UMES. They knew it, and it seemingly came through. They started out the 6th frame here of this game 5. Jaleesa Johnson with the 9 spare, and then back-to-back strikes from August, Jacobs, O'Connor, and now the anchor bowler, Jacqueline Rhoda.
What a great game by both teams. No.
That did not help the situation. And now the anchor bowler gives him a 219. That is UMES, their highest total today.
8 on the first ball for Cameron Strombeck. That's all she needs. 8.
She needs an 8.
She's been rock solid, missing the pocket only once today.
It's all over.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Cameron Strombeck steps up in the 10th and just pipes it into the 1-3.
Let's look at it for the freshmen. 3 freshmen have come through for the Aggies today. Candace Bradley, along with Anna Elijah and Cameron Stromback. What a game those 3 had. Freshmen. Bradley left just 2 open frames. Elijah, no open frames. And Stromback had 2 open frames, but one may have cost him game number 1 in the 10th frame, and that was it. But there's Mia Pope. She's a senior. She's been here. She was here last year for Maryland Eastern, for the University, North Carolina A&T, I should say. Mia Pope, she's a sophomore out of Chicago, 19 years of age. Her role kind of changed with the team last month. Gonna let her roll the legs too. She's the only left-handed bowler on the team. And look at that. She comes off the bench. Mia Pope,
Good stuff.
she comes off the bench, the lefty. And she was very, very much a part of what's happening. She just kind of lost her away a little bit here in the last month. And now coach is going to bring on someone else for, is this Kaylee Christ? Yes.
Getting the whole team involved, which
Kaylee
is the
Christ,
right
a
thing.
sophomore out of Cheektowaga, New York. She only has 7 bowlers on the squad, and of course you saw Mia Pope just come in, and now here's Kayla Christ.
Cheektowaga, New York.
Yes.
Buffalo.
Yes.
I actually won a tournament there with Carmen Salvino years ago.
All right.
I remember Cheektowaga very well.
Maryville High, Cheektowaga, liberal arts major, 20 years of age, is Kaylee Christ. What a way to end it.
How about that
You
finish?
bring in 3 bowlers off the bench, or 2 bowlers off the bench, along with your anchor, and they come through with 3 back-to-back strikes, 256 to 219. And congratulations to the Aggies of North Carolina A&T, to Coach Kim Terrell Kearney in her 2nd year, and to the Lady Aggies. And what a game for them. They lose their first one, 189 to 173, and then they come back with the broom for 4 straight wins.
Pretty impressive, Charlie. This could have been a sweep like we talked about. But I'll tell you what. North Carolina AT just pulled phenomenal all day. Like you said, only 4 open frames, and then to finish it with a 256 closer, just incredible.
And we're going to step aside here. We'll come back and join in the celebration for the Aggies when we return.
Do you want an interview from me? Okay, with, can I do Coach, and how about Coach and Cameron?
Yep.
All right, cool. Right. All right, cool. Let me know when you want me to get there. I'm sorry. Can you? You want me? You want the team to come to me? Side, I need camera on the other, and then the team all around us. With all the coaches want to come in, that's fine as well. Coach Kurt, hey, Curtis. Hi. It's good to see you again. You doing all right? All right, so let's just get everybody lined up. Where's Cameron? Where's Cameron? All right, I need you guys. Guys, try to fill in over here.
There they are.
Cameron, I need you next to me. Great job. All right, you want me to go Cameron first and then Coach second? I'm sorry, that's not what I said. Cameron first and then Coach second. Thanks. You want me? I'm sorry? Team, try to get more behind us if you want to get in the shot. So come over here,
We'll be in a minute.
and then you guys just go into the back, or wedge in right here so we can see everybody's pretty face, except mine.
What's going on?
So what we're going to do is I'm going to start with Cameron. All right, I'm going to ask her a
They
question.
bowl well.
And then I'm going to throw to you, and I'm going to just kind of slide you forward, okay? Ready?
Okay. We say congratulations to the Aggies of North Carolina A&T. 4-1 they win it. Their first MEAC bowling championship since 2004. Let's go down to Randy with a very happy team.
Thanks, Charlie. With me, all the Aggies, but most importantly, we're going to start with the anchor bowler for North Carolina A&T. Cameron Strombeck, you were absolutely rock solid in the 10th frame. I think you only missed the pocket once all tournament long today. What was it like getting up in the 10th, knowing what was on the line?
It was definitely a lot of pressure, but I just tried to make the best shot possible and do what I can to help my team and try to win this for our senior, Brianna Bose.
What was it like watching Coach Kim put the other two players in and then them getting up and striking?
That was amazing. That just showed us what a great game and what a great team we are when we come together as one, because all of us are capable of great things.
Congratulations. Nice going today. Coach Kim, Terrell Kearney, you know, I actually bowled a lot with you back in the day, and now I get to watch you coach. What a tremendous job. Tell us what this means for you and your staff at North Carolina A&T.
I think it is just one more really great year of Aggie athletics. These ladies have worked their butt off all year, and I am so glad and happy for them, and we look forward to continuing with our season. This was our goal, was to be great here in March, and this is the first stop.
And now you're on your way to St. Louis.
And we're hopefully on our way through St. Louis.
All right. Congratulations to you and the rest of your team. Way to go, Aggies. What a match.
This concludes our live stream for Randy Peterson, Charlie Neal saying so long from Chesapeake, Virginia, and congratulations to the Lady Aggies of North Carolina A&T.